Dayfacto podcast is privileged to have been founded on Wadjuk Noongar land.
We pay our respects to the traditional owners of this land and express our sincere gratitude for their ongoing guidance as we work in their community.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Dayfacto, where we discuss our 9-to-5 kind of relationships in another podcast that literally nobody asked for. I'm Nicolette.
I'm Kate.
And after 1 million downloads on our first ever episode, we thought we'd rush back to the studio and start recording our second ep for you all.
Quick shout out to all of the people that listened, but also to our international listeners. I did check the analytics before we came. And yes, we are in the United States, Croatia, Belgium.
Oh.
So big shout out to our international listeners. Also, last week we totally forgot to introduce our incredible producer, Lainey.
We did.
She joins us here today. She does all the background work on our 2 episodes. So thanks for joining. Thanks for being here. Thanks for doing you. Also, we do have to admit, it took us about 24 hours to get the first recording to Lainey. So you've got a couple of boomers here in the studio tonight.
Honestly, made me feel like the most ultimate boomer. And we're like, how do you upload the video to SharePoint? And then Lainey whips up the podcast in like 5 minutes and the TikToks and the Reels. And we're like still trying to upload the video to SharePoint.
No, the worst is today trying to Nicolette was trying to update the link tree, and I honestly, I pretty much cracked it. I was like, you're giving me boomer ick right now.
And then the thing is, you did the exact same thing I did, and it just didn't work for me. So technically it wasn't me.
Yeah, well, see me.
Exactly, see me. But no, well, we are boomers now, Kate, because we are on the wrong side of 25, but you know what? And you know what? Also, my sister told me the other day, she told me that a Gen Zer at her work, which is everyone who's cool and young.
Not us.
Called her top colour Boomer Pink.
And
now she reckons she can't wear it anymore. And I said, okay. Well,
yeah,
I don't even know what that means, but all right.
that's fair enough. I would just like you, Nicolette, to point out to everyone what your sister said about me the other day. And she said that I was funny.
Oh. Well, Kate, you know, for all I found out there, she did say Kate was funny. I said, I think I'm pretty funny. She goes, Kate's funny. And I said, okay.
Yeah, so that's right. Straight from, what's the saying?
The horse's mouth.
Straight from the horse's mouth, I am the funniest of the duo. No, but we did drop our episode 6 a.m. this morning. 6:30 a.m. I went to the gym and I was like, everyone's looking at me. They know. And they're thinking, is that
the
Hailey Bieber? Is that Hailey Bieber?
Is that Hailey Bieber?
Because I have been told 5 times now, 5 times, that I look a little bit like Hailey Bieber.
But who's counting? No.
And the thing is, I haven't let it go to my head.
No, the thing is you haven't. So
and I don't bring it up every day.
You never bring it up. You never, talk about it. It's just, it's good. In one ear, out the other. You
it's not even. And I say, babe, Hailey Bieber looks like me.
Exactly.
So, no, but yeah, 6:30 a.m. Is it Kate Raston from Dayfacto? I'm walking around the gym. I've got my shades and I've got my hat on. I'm like, my life has changed forever.
Well,
it will never be the same.
It will never be the same from here on out. Never the same. That's it.
Right, before we jump in today's episode, we thought we'd also give a huge shout out to our sponsors, who are
Petite Miam Yogurts.
Where can you find Petite Miam Yogurts? Who the fuck is Petite Miam Yogurts?
We've lost the plot. We're only like 5 minutes in. You can find these in the dairy section at Coles.
No, they're not our sponsor. But again, if anyone would like to sponsor us, actually, if Petite Miams would like to sponsor us, we'll take it. We'll take it.
We will take it. Thank you, Petite Miams.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
All right. Just. Right. So, okay, today's episode, we're talking about long distance relationships, open relationships, sort of like moving overseas for love, also like falling in love very quickly. So they're sort of the topics that we're going to be covering. The episode is called Love at First Sight.
Love at First Sight.
Named after my favourite ever reality TV show.
Love
Thank
at
you.
First Sight.
Shout out to Love at First Sight.
Wasn't it Married at First Sight?
Oh, yeah. So take it back. We're not shouting you out.
And you know what? That's a horrible TV show. So, you know what?
Sue me for having bad taste in TV.
Exactly.
But anyway, Nick, tell the whole world, tell our listeners, our international listeners as well, what did you do over the weekend?
Well, for something different, Kate and I actually went down south again.
We spent the weekend together. Romantic getaway.
And also, I want to say in the last episode, we said we had a nice weekend down south in the swag together. We weren't in the same swag, and it wasn't just us down south together. So although we spent a lot of time together, we were with our friends and other people. Yes, hard to believe we have other friends, but yeah. No, but we went down south. It was very lovely. We hit up the same bar that Kate met her 19-year-old lover at. He wasn't there. Big shame. Actually, no one was there.
Literally not a single soul
I
except
think
for
there
us.
was about 4 people in the bar and us. So I don't know where everyone goes on Saturday nights down there because it wasn't there. So who knows?
Anyway, we're not cool enough. No, but yeah, we went down south. We had a lovely weekend. But yeah, went back to the bar and the bartender, the same bartender from the week before was there. I actually know him previously from I worked in Coral Bay. I did about 6 shifts at the Coral Bay pub. You don't want to work too many shifts at a Coral Bay pub, but any mixologists out there that need some hints or tips on making killer cocktails, hit me up because I know.
You'd be the place to go.
I honestly,
100%.
Yeah. Anyway, I did say to the girls, I know the bartender because I like to drop a few, like I know, because the weekend before I said, I know a friend of the DJ. Very briefly matched with him on Tinder once.
I know him.
Friend of the DJ.
Yeah.
Anyway, the weekend before, this bartender had said, I'll message you. Right? He did. He said that. As I was leaving, he said, I'll message you. Also, another guy said he would message me when I was leaving the bar. I was on a roll.
You were on a roll.
But this guy also, I have him on Instagram and we were just like chatting like normally. And he was like a bit flirty and then said he'll message me. And I'm like, mate, I literally saw on Instagram you took a girl to the Crown 2 weeks ago. What are you doing? Like, and I said, don't you have a girlfriend? And he said, oh no, we're just seeing each other. I was like, sorry, who's seeing each other and you take her to Crown? Don't treat girls like that. Be better, mate.
You need to find one of those. If they're just taking to the Crown while seeing you, that is the person.
Thank you.
To hook up with.
But anyway, so he said, I'll message you. Then we go to the bar and I was just obviously very many wines deep. Surprise.
No $4 seltzers though.
No, but we did have some lovely wine.
We did.
And I said, mate, where was my message? I've been sitting on the phone refreshing my messages all week because I haven't got a message from you.
And there was nothing there.
And there was nothing there. And he said, oh, I thought you were joking. And I was. But I said, no, I was deadly serious. And then he goes, well, would you like to go out with me? And I said, yes.
No.
Deep down, I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyway, I walked up to the bar with a friend, like a little 20 minutes later, I would say, because I'm a guzzler. I'm a drink guzzler. And anyway, and he was like eating something and he walked over and I was like, what are you eating? And then he was like, do you want to try it? And so he picked up his bowl, walked out of the bar, came over to me.
The fact that a bartender was eating some sort of pudding behind the bar on a Saturday night just showed you how dead this bar was.
Exactly.
Just going to heat up my lunch.
Yeah. Comes out and Nicolette looks at me and I'm by the bar getting spoon-fed bread and butter pudding.
And I said, that's interesting.
And he puts it into my mouth and I go, wipe the little crumbs.
And so no one else gets offered to try the bread.
It was just me. It was delicious. It didn't really go well with the gin and tonic I was consuming.
It didn't. That's the thing.
Which I think led me
the next day. Do you want to tell everyone?
I went to bed. I've been spoon-fed the bread and butter pudding. I go to sleep. Mm-hmm. Well, I shut my eyes about, I reckon, 10 minutes later, I wake up and there is just a gurgle deep down in my stomach, a real deep gurgle. And I was laying there and I was like, oh. You know what I mean though?
Yeah, when something doesn't quite feel right.
Something didn't feel right.
I know what you mean.
And then it was a very long night.
It was.
Of the shits and vomiting.
I woke up at 7 a.m. and Kate's bed was empty and I said, maybe she's gone for a run. And I poked my head out the door and she's laying in her dressing gown on the couch, not looking healthy. I said, maybe a run to the toot. That's
And
about
then
it.
I said, it's been a long night, Nicolette.
And then I said, what could it have been? And then we're there with our other friends and we said, well, we all ate the same lunch. We all ate the same nibbles. We all had the same drinks. And then it came down to the bread and butter pudding.
It was the fucking bread and butter pudding that was spoon-fed to me. Spoon-fed and upset. I was spoon-fed salmonella. No, maybe not.
maybe.
I don't know. I think I might have just tipped my stomach over the edge with everything.
Everything else consumed.
But I tell you what, very flat stomach the next morning. Also, very dehydrated.
Very dehydrated. Not feeling well.
Yeah, so do not accept bread and butter puddings from people you have met
At
twice.
a bar.
At a bar.
Because also questionable.
Very questionable.
Ah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before we get into our other topics of today. And
Before,
the before, we actually came up across these things. Some of the stats that have come out during the week about online dating. So we were discussing these before we actually started recording, and some of them are actually quite very serious.
very concerning, yeah.
Okay, were you surprised by these statistics?
Absolutely not. So I'll read them out. The Australian Institute of Criminology surveyed 10,000 people who had used dating apps in the last year, and they found that 3 in 4 had experienced online sexual violence, and a third had been experiencing in-person violence from someone they met on a dating app or website. As someone that has used dating apps, 100%
Can pick it.
Not
surprised.
Not surprised. At all.
No.
And whilst these statistics are pretty shocking, and I don't want to take away from those statistics because it's fucking horrible, I wanted to lighten it a little bit. And I thought, what, Nicolette, are worst dating stories or things that have been said to you, to your friends, people that you know?
Well, I mean, I could probably go on for about 5 hours on this topic, but I actually did put the feelers out to some of my friends, got some of their worst dating stories, and I have a few for you.
Go on.
Did you get any as well?
I
mean, did you have to research or did
I did a little deep dive
Stop
into
you.
my personal
I was going to say
dating apps,
a couple of scrolls.
which
probably
I do. I go on and off the dating apps. I go on for about a day, a few swipes, and go, fuck this, get off. And then I get bored, and then I go back on.
And some of these that I'm about to read out, like they're not dangerous or scary. Like we'll say in those statistics, obviously things can be really serious on dating apps too. But these ones are just like plain like why are you on a dating app if you're going to act like this? Like this one says, I rocked up to my 9 a.m. coffee date. So it was like 20 minutes away. That he had organised.
Okay, cool. Good on him.
The guy where it was nowhere to be seen, nothing. Waited half an hour, then was like, gonna go home. Or got a coffee, but just chilling. I was like, still get a coffee, came here, leaves half an hour later, and then gets a message at midday saying, bruh, sent it way too hard last night.
To her.
And that's it.
That's it.
That's all she got. And she's unmatched. Bye.
Wow.
Imagine not even saying sorry. Just bruh. Like,
Bruh.
Sorry.
Nah. The
Not
audacity. And she went there. Ooh, I would have been furious.
Yeah.
What a waste of my time. I would have sent him an invoice for my time. Thank you.
Exactly.
Yep.
Time is money, baby.
30 days to pay this. Pay
The
up.
coffee and the time.
Can you put a price on my time though? That's the thing.
No.
Right. This, Nicolette, this is a shocking content warning for this one.
Okay.
This is a personal one and this is filthy.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'll suck your dad off just to get a taste of where you came from. X. Yeah.
No.
Was this
the first message?
The first message on Tinder.
Not only is it a little bit incesty.
It's
And
wrong
then-
on so many levels.
Okay. I want to know though, has that worked for anyone on him? So you would not be the first person that he's used.
No,
that line
he's
on.
copying, pasting over and over again.
100%. And is anyone going to sit him down and say, bud? No.
That is not it.
That's not it. No. This one said, COVID isn't even real. They did a COVID swab on a papaya and it came back positive.
The stupidity of that.
That was a really easy, dumb one. This one said, are you comfortable with not being in a
Sorry?
What happened to my voice then?
I can't.
Are you comfortable with not being in a monogamous relationship? Because I'm going to be seeing other people.
Straight up.
Straight up.
You know what? Can appreciate the communication because you know what? That's a lot more communication than a lot of people will give
But
you.
also, no.
How about this one? This is another one to me. Baywatch really missed an opportunity to cast you. Big fail on the producer's behalf. Sorry, number one.
Didn't Baywatch come out in the 80s?
How old do you think I am?
Baywatch.
I don't know if I should have been like
because Baywatch was what 90s, wasn't it? Yeah, 4
as a 5-year-old.
Jeez,
mate, that's wrong again on so many levels. I've also been invited on a snowboarding trip to Japan straight up because I have I have a pretty cool snowboarding picture. Little do people know that I'm about to stack it hard, but whatever. Don't need to know that. Yeah,
I was probably there for every photo. What about this one? On a Hinge date before they went on a date. I think it's bullshit that I'm always just expected to pay for the first date because I'm a dude. Anyway, she didn't go on a date with him, which also brings me to the fact that it's a bit of an ick if they're already complaining about paying and you haven't even gone. And now I'm not saying the guys have to always pay for the first date, but like just if you don't want to pay a lot of money or you're saving or whatever it is, take them for a coffee.
Go for a coffee.
Or you can each buy your own coffee, like whatever you want to do. But don't complain about it before you've even organised it.
This is what I think.
If someone's asked you out,
yeah,
they should pay, right?
I don't know. I disagree. I think it's nice, but I fuck the patriarchy. Men should have to pay, but we'll take it.
When there's no
free dinner,
gender pay gap, then
no. But this is what I reckon. I reckon first date, coffee date for sure. If someone wants to pay, male or female, they can do it, or you can buy your own, whatever. Then if one person really likes the other person and they ask them out for a dinner, then it would be nice if they pay.
I feel like if you're being asked out, like, can I take you out for dinner?
Oh, that's different.
Then you expect them to pay for it. But if I said to someone, hey, can I take you out for dinner? I would be expecting to pay for it.
Yes, 100%. But if it was like, oh, we should get dinner.
Yeah.
What's the wording? Wording a little bit different.
Well, then I go expecting to pay, but it just depends on the person whether or not they want to pay.
Yeah.
But someone complaining about it, bit of an ick. Like, I wouldn't ask someone out and then be like, oh, I can't believe I have to pay for your dinner.
Exactly.
Like,
although you do need to do the quick fumble in the bag.
Always.
I'll pay quick fumble. Slow down the fumble if they're not getting there quick enough. Oh, I missed it.
Or you say, oh, I'll get it. And then usually the person goes, no, I'll get it. And then you either split it or whatever.
And then you go, oh, I get the next one.
At least offer.
Yeah.
Whoever's taking out whoever, it's nice to the other person to offer.
No, but I do have one more story. My friend met a guy on Tinder, went over, slept with him straight away. But between the time of her finishing sleeping, having sex with him and getting home, he had unmatched her, blocked her on Instagram. Boom.
Ooh, that's rough.
15 minutes. Unmatched block.
What? Not even time for a shower.
Literally, he is not even showered. He hasn't even pissed yet. He's just, that is brutal.
That I think, I would probably cry, to be honest. That happened to me. Actually, last one. This one's not even a date, but it's pretty funny. So they meet up at a bar, or they met at a bar, hooking up, making out, chatting for a few hours at the bar, getting along well. Exchange numbers that night.
Cute.
She messages him, hey, nice to meet you. Let me know if you're interested in getting coffee this week or whatever. Radio silence. Okay, cool, whatever. I get the hint, no worries. A week later.
A week? Oh.
Gets a text. Thanks anyway. It was really nice meeting you, but I'm quite happy being a single man.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the week of silence gave me that impression,
what
mate.
an odd way to kick me when I'm down. Like, if you haven't replied in a week, it's pretty guaranteed that you're not interested in hanging out. Like, you don't fucking bring it up a week later.
Just leave it, mate.
Leave it.
Leave
They've
it.
moved on. They probably don't even know who you are anymore.
Yeah.
Like, and did it take you a week to come up with that? Like, honestly.
God. Right, Nicolette, what are your online dating tips for consumers?
Oh,
like profile.
Okay, I obviously, when I was online dating, and also can't shit on online dating too much because I am in a long-term relationship with someone I met online. So, you know. But they think this, I only look at men's profiles. I'm not sure if it's different if you're looking at women's profiles as well. But for the love of God, don't post your first picture of you with a baby or you with a child and then caption it, not
my baby.
Not mine. Like, also, like, do you even know their baby? Do their parents know their babies on social media? I don't know, it's a bit weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, I get it. It's like the only time you have a photo, but maybe just crop the kid out. So
yeah,
that's
I feel that. Also, someone that only sees men on dating apps. A few rules. Number 1, no fish.
No fish.
Please, I don't care. Like for me, I'm not interested. No selfies. Gives me a bit of the ick.
No laying down like on the bed.
Yeah, those ones.
Yep.
No gym shots.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so proud of you that you're getting your 30 minutes.
Yep.
It's very important.
You're finding your 30.
I want to see more interesting things.
Yeah.
To be fair though, I don't really have a personality outside of the gym. So
a big ick. Don't write here for a good time, not a long time.
I have that written down.
Yeah. Even if you're there and you're only solely on dating apps for a hookup, which no shame, people do that all the time, whatever suits you. If I saw someone with that, even if I only wanted to hook up, ultimate no.
Yeah.
It's a bit icky. It just kind of makes you feel a bit like you're going to be used, and I'm not really into that.
Yep. Also, height. Don't give a fuck if you put your height on there. I don't understand what people's obsession is, and I think that's because I don't see height. You could be short or tall, and I could not tell you.
Kate really doesn't notice people's height. She'll go out with someone who's 6'4", and I'll be like, "Oh, is he tall?" She'll be like, I don't know. And then you bump into them on the street, and they're like a literal giant. So there you go.
Anyway, if you put your height, that's great. Don't follow it up with because apparently that matters. That annoys me.
Yeah. But you're like, it does matter to some people. Just put it on, don't put it on, but don't write that comment.
Yeah.
100%.
Or what's your best pickup line?
Or just lame stuff.
No. I don't know. I don't have pickup lines. I know the angel.
My good looks.
My Uma and my good looks. I know the angel from the sky and the do you need an ambulance one? Sometimes that's all I got.
Didn't even say it right.
I don't know.
Are you an angel because you fell from I don't know it either. Whatever. No, but in all seriousness, those are some things that obviously joking things we said about dating apps, but these statistics are pretty bad as well. So just, always be careful when you're on your dating apps. And there are some weirdos out there, so please never go to someone's house on the first date. At least get a coffee with them.
Yeah, and don't let them pick you up as well.
Yeah,
I know it's
I
nice, but no, don't. No,
drive yourself, and then you can leave whenever you want. You don't have to stay. People can seem a lot more normal online than they can in person. So,
Yes. No. I don't have any bad Tinder meetup stories, unfortunately. I've been pretty good. Also, I haven't really met up with that many people.
Yeah.
So,
but do you reckon these problems with online dating and stuff? Do you reckon that's going to turn people off online dating, or do you reckon that's the way of the future?
I don't think it's going to turn people off, but I feel like there's a lot more to be done to make them a safer environment. And I do know apps are trying to make the environment safer. Yeah, I actually did do a Bumble survey because within my work I have to send out a lot of surveys. So anytime someone asks me to do a survey, I'd do it. I do it because I know I need people to do it for me. Mm-hmm. And I did do a very long Bumble survey, and they were trying to they was asking all questions about how safe you felt and that sort of thing. So I feel like there's steps in the right direction, but obviously we're not there yet, clearly.
And I also reckon that Gen Z is suddenly going to decide dating apps are the ick.
I think they already have, because when I've said that to young youths, they laugh at me.
And they'll be using fucking MSN or something instead. Because
they're going to bring back the MSN.
They'll bring back the MSN and they'll think they invented it. And they'll be like, it's so good because no one has photos and it's so chat rooms. And chat rooms are coming back. I'm calling it now.
No, I've already called. No.
I'm got. Yeah. Trademark that.
I have called youths are going to go back to Facebook and start posting statuses and posting, taking cameras on a night out and posting albums from nights out.
No, they already do that.
What?
They do.
Look,
Lainey's shaking it. You're too late, you bloody boomer. It's already cool. It's already cool. Chat rooms and just digital mini cameras. Mine was hot pink.
Okay. This episode is called Love at First Sight. Okay. So this story really hits deep in the heart. Pulls the heartstrings. I was recently out of my first long-term relationship. So I was with someone for until 18 till 23. So, first time.
Prime years as well.
Yep, 23, let's go. Went to a music festival, having a great day. Honestly, it was probably at that point, best day of my whole life. Big call, but I'm saying it.
Wow.
Yep.
So far.
I was in a great mood. Mm-hmm. What's the word? Vitamins. Dizzy Rascal was on. Shout out Dizzy Rascal. I know you probably need us to shout you out to get you more listeners.
Big shout out to Diz. Big Diz. Big Diz. Big shout out. You're welcome.
Bonkers was on.
Nice.
Bonkers. Anyway, boom, boom, boom. That way, boom, 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 boom. About to drop. I turn around.
Mm-hmm. Setting the scene. Yep.
Yep. So boom, 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 boom. Kate turns around. Behind me, the most beautiful man I've ever laid eyes on in my entire life.
It's a big call, but okay.
Absolutely. Instantly fell in love with him.
Love at first sight.
It was love at first sight. I shit you not. I have never experienced that until that moment.
Wow.
Yep. Turns around, looked at him, just in every single way. Just oof. And I said, I know. And I said, I think I introduced myself. And then I said, I know I've just met you, but I think I love you. And I want to marry you. And how many
Is
kids
this
do
on
you
the
have?
same night?
This is literally
Oh, the same song.
30 seconds.
This is still in bonkers.
It's just gone.
Someone's
It's gone.
gone bonkers.
It's gone bonkers. It's gone.
You.
It's gone bonkers. And I'm gone, I love you. To his face, I said it. And I said, I just want to know how many children we're having and what we're calling them.
Well.
Still same song.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he was like, oh,
Get this chick away from me.
No, I think he fell in love with me in that moment as well.
I think he did.
Nah, he didn't. Anyway, spent the rest of the night with him.
Mm-hmm.
No, later on that night,
Mm-hmm.
he says, I'm telling everyone, I don't know if I didn't see you that night, did I?
No.
I saw people that I used to know and I said, I've met the love of my life. I'm going to marry this guy. Then he says to me, just so you're aware, I'm actually a vegan.
Mm.
I was a very big meat eater at the time. And I said, so am I. And I was vegan for 2 years from that point. I shit you not, I did not eat meat. I literally
love can make you change.
done vegan. Don't worry, babe.
All
I'm
right.
on it. Anyway, went home, saw him the next day at the festival as well.
Mm-hmm.
Great day.
Yep.
Then a few days later, I went on a 6-week road trip with my brother.
Mm-hmm.
The first place we went to, we met this awesome group. We were like in this little surf place. Met this awesome group of people from Byron Bay. Anyway, so I met these strangers and I said, yes, guys, I have met my soulmate and now I'm vegan because of it. They all laughed at me, but I knew.
You knew.
I hadn't heard from this guy. It'd been quite a few weeks, but I deep down I knew. Anyway, traveling from WA to Tasmania, end up in Tassie.
Mm-hmm.
He messages me. Thank
Yep.
you. He's also in Tassie. Same place, same time.
Wow.
Ooh. And I couldn't hang out with my
Stars are
brother.
aligning.
They were aligning. Couldn't hang out with my brother for like 2 days because he had to sort some shit out. This guy, 2 days free. We're in the same little town. What do? We go on a little road trip together. 2 beautiful, lovely nights. Oh, it was amazing. Anyway, beautiful.
Consternating.
Our love.
Trying to
Fucking word.
consummate.
Is it consummate?
Yeah.
We consummated our love.
Consummated your love.
And it was everything I dreamt it would be. Anyway,
So you consummated your love
I flew home and I was just like, oh my God, I feel it deep down in my soul.
in your waters.
I felt it in my waters. And then do you know what happened? He messaged me and he said, Kate, it might not have been the vitamins talking. I think we might actually be soulmates.
Wow.
100% he said that. Now, I couldn't find the proof because I deleted all our conversations after
it did
things.
happen, I swear.
But I happened. I told my mum. She knows. She'll vet me. Anyway, so then we're chatting for he was in Australia for another month and a half. Month and a half, right? So we're chatting for a month and then we decide on his last weekend, I'm going to fly to Cairns where he is. I'm going to spend the weekend with him in Cairns because we've been talking nonstop. We're soulmates. We're loving each other.
Obviously.
Go to Cairns, spend the weekend with him. Amazing. Oof.
Great weekend.
Oh, honestly, best weekend ever.
Wow.
Consummated our love.
Consummated your love again.
I never want to hear that word consummated again. But I'm running with it for today. It's really working for me. Anyway, then flew home and we were like, we should be together. Mm-hmm. So we got into a relationship, an open relationship.
I do remember you telling me that.
It was an open relationship.
Wow, ballsy.
Yes. Also, I do want to say the day we met, he was wearing a shirt that said, eat pussy, not meat. Here for it.
Do you reckon he's still a vegan?
I wouldn't. If you're listening to this and you know who you are, if you could just let us know if you're still a vegan or not, that would really close some
Maybe
circles.
Beyond Meat could sponsor the episode.
Oh yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. Anyway, what we decided, so he was Canadian, and he was going back to Canada. What we decided is that obviously, naturally, I had met him twice, and I was going to get a visa and move to Canada.
Well, that's a responsible, logical thing to do.
It's a logical next step in any
100%.
relationship.
Any relationship.
So what did I do? I got a visa, and then we were in a long distance open relationship, many words. And then a few months later, he called me and said it fizzled out.
That's what you want to hear, though, isn't it? Fizzled out.
It fizzled out.
Maybe he just wanted to be single for now. So quite happy being a single man.
But I still had a visa. So yes, I did move to Canada in the end because I wasn't going to give that up. No, I didn't move anywhere near him. Just so we're clear, I don't want anyone thinking I was chasing him.
No, she came and moved in with me in
moved
Canada.
in, yep.
Because, again, we
don't get to spend enough time together.
Good time to catch up. Exactly.
So let's go overseas together. But no, I was in love with this man for about 2 years and I met him twice. So that was love at first sight. And I was with my ex for 5 years.
Was there any love there?
No.
On
reflection, no. This man, 2 years, loved him.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when did you fall out of love with him?
Well, he cut his hair. No.
So it wasn't love at first. It was literally love at first sight.
It literally was.
But if there was no hair,
I reckon
it would have been lust.
But I just want him to know I didn't fall out. I fell out of love with you a long time ago, okay? Not when you cut your hair.
I actually don't even think about it at all.
Not even bothered. So it's like whatever.
I hardly even remember the story of how we met and what we did.
Okay, but open relationships, Nicolette, what do you reckon?
Nah, couldn't do it.
Are you talking personally?
Personally, I couldn't do it.
Because don't shame anyone.
No, absolutely not. If it works for you, you do it. But personally, nah.
Yeah.
I would fight someone.
You'll fight. Would you?
No. I have Mr. Burns' arms. I probably wouldn't fight.
One of those little slaps.
No, I'm not very strong, so I wouldn't fight anyone. But I would not be happy with it. I don't know. I just reckon I think it's a bit. I don't know. I don't like sharing.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's a good call. I would say at the time it worked for me because newly single, we were like apart, so I wanted to get laid all the time. He wasn't there to provide that, and I was having a great time.
Okay,
but
I think that works.
I think it was like different for me. I wasn't like hooking up with people and like forming emotional attachments with them. I was using them for their bodies, and I'm sure they were doing the same for me.
And I think there's heaps of rules when people actually do have open relationships. I don't really know them, but like I'm sure people have their like what isn't okay and whatnot. So whatever works for them, power to them. Good on them.
For me right now, probably couldn't do it because also I'm very busy. Don't have the time. I can barely reply to one. If it's not a meeting invite, I'm probably not coming.
If it's not on the Outlook calendar, I'm not there.
I'm not there. Could do it, but would need to have meeting invites sent.
All right. What about long distance then? You said you did long distance.
Yeah.
How did that work?
It was hard actually. Hey. Because I barely knew this guy and I'm trying to get to know him, but I have these like real strong feelings and just like want to chat all the time, but that's not possible.
And I reckon if you don't know them that well, are you imagining what sort of person they are in your head? You're forming it more than you actually know it.
Yes, which is why I think I was in love with him for so long because I formed this idea of him in my mind and I barely fucking knew him.
Yeah, so you painted him like the perfect angel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Took me a while to realise that. No, I think I knew that, but it was just hard to like let it go. But being in a long distance was tough, but I do think like doing it is just like heaps of communication, preparation. I guess a lot of phone sex. I mean, I don't do that because I'm awkward as fuck.
Absolutely not.
I'd be like, I'm touching. And then I'd be like,
no, too awkward. No. I did long distance for 5 months, 6 months.
How was that?
No, we did long distance after we'd been dating for 5 months because I already had plans to move overseas.
That's right. You met him and I was like, what are you going to do?
And I said, well, I'm still moving overseas, so we'll see.
Paid off in the long run.
And I was going to be like, it's up to you, whatever.
Or just playing the cool girl card.
Playing the cool girl card, Tilly didn't even care. But I think it works if you know you have an end date. I couldn't do it if someone was moving over and being like, I don't know when I'm coming back, and they couldn't leave where they are, and it was just like, what are we going to do this for 5 years? Like, no.
Yeah.
We did about 6 months, and I think that was long enough.
Phone sex?
No.
Really?
Not for me.
Didn't do it. Anything else? Nudes?
Well.
Explicit images?
You know what, Kate?
Oh, come on. I share so much. This is not fair.
No.
I don't want to force you to say
there was one or two pictures exchanged. I'm not a prude.
My mum raised me no prude.
I'm no prude. No, but like also again, like, yeah, I don't know. Phone sex would be weird. Didn't do that.
Nah.
Cheeky Snapchats, things like that are fun.
Okay, so falling in love very fast. Does it last forever?
I think it can.
Yeah.
But with certain circumstances. And I also reckon it depends on people's ages. And I know that's ageist, but I do reckon people that are maybe like in their 30s or, you know, and they know exactly what they want, it's a lot easier for them to be like, I want to get married, I want to have kids, and I really like you. And the other person to be like, yeah, me too. They've done all their shit dates, whatever. They know exactly what they want. If that's the right person, they settle down quickly and go from there.
100%. Yeah, I agree. Because I know a few people that met and were like, I'm going to marry you, and they're married and have this beautiful relationship and beautiful children.
Whereas like at 16 or 18 or whatever, you still have so much
23.
growing and exchanging whatever to do.
Had a lot of growing.
And
a lot of growing.
Usually, not always, it can last, but not always.
Yep. Okay, how are we moving on after breakups? Because clearly took me a while to move on. I mean, I was moving on with other people, 100%. But just in the back of my mind.
The best way to get over someone
is under someone.
under
and
someone.
I'll tell you what, I did that. And I've done that. That's why we're doing this podcast.
To share the experiences.
But no, I reckon block delete. See you later.
On social medias.
It's been fun, but not fun enough.
And I just want to say that if someone has broken up with you, they're not actively checking your social
They don't
media.
give a
They don't
fuck.
care. Because usually when someone breaks up with you, they've already planned it a little bit in advance. It's not like one day they wake up and just do it. They've thought about it for a while. They're moving on with their life. They don't care. They're not stalking you. And if they watch your Instagram story, it's an accident. They're not going out of their way to watch it. Don't dwell on it. Because you drive yourself crazy watching their reels and their stories to suss out who owns the pink fingernail in the corner of their image with someone holding a wine glass, and you watch it on repeat for 20 minutes. So don't do that.
True. I did look back at some of our messages that I hadn't deleted. And I unfollowed him. Like,
I remember you did it a few times.
it was like we had like a little tennis match of follow, unfollow. Currently, actually, not going to tell everyone in case people get looking. Not that no one cares. Anyway, I unfollowed him, and then he did the same. And I had the audacity to message him and say, "That unfollow hurts."
And did he open it?
He did. He was like, okay, so you unfollowed me first. And I was like, fair call.
You're like, yeah, but
You unfollowed me. You're wrong, and you've hurt me.
You own the wrong.
You've hurt me.
Oh, no, I reckon as well. Don't jump quickly into another relationship either. I reckon. Don't try to mask the pain and get into a serious relationship straight away.
Yeah. And see, this is why I've been single for how many years now? Oh, no, hold on. I did have a relationship. I forgot. I did have one.
And we will cover that soon.
We'll cover that soon.
That's a great episode coming up.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Watch out.
Absolutely. So that's all we have time for today. We will be releasing a podcast weekly on all the ins and outs on dating and what not to do. Hope you learned something interesting today.
Learn something?
What did I say?
Learn. What are they
Learned?
learning from us? They're like, no one's learning anything from us. No, wait, they are. They're learning the Tinder.
Tinder, exactly. What not to put on your dating profile.
Yeah, so no fish, no selfies, no gym shots.
Exactly. And no here for a good time.
No long
Not
time.
a long time.
Even if you are, just don't put it.
Don't put it. Yeah, do that later.
You can also follow us on Instagram. I'm not sure if we mentioned that. It's Dayfacto, where we post cool stuff because we are pretty cool in general.
And we're also on TikTok too, where we'll post more videos,
Stuff.
snippets. You can get an insight to the fun episodes.
Of us being funny. And what did I say? I said I was an ugly kid, so I had to learn to be funny.
All right.
uh,
I was going to say something else and I just lost track.
Bye. Thanks for listening to the podcast that literally no one asked for.